fiberglass pool installed and the concrete was poured a month ago for the deck. It appears the pool has settled and now I have some long runs where the gap between the pool edge and the edge of the concrete coping is a ½ inch. I've attached a couple of photos. I'm trying to understand if this is normal and what I can do. I'm waiting on a response from my pool installer and I'm concerned I'll get a typical response that this is normal. While it doesn't look good, my concern is water getting in this crack and under the deck. So it looks to me like it is a fiberglass pool with cantilever coping there.
Okay, so I haven't seen these pictures before. In that first response, this doesn't look like a ½ inch. This looks like the patio has done its normal flex and moved slightly. We're looking at, so the second picture that she shared with me, well, it looks like maybe the person is putting their fingertip in there. It could be that it has moved a little bit. We take a fiberglass shell, we settle it down into sand and stone. We compact it, we wash it down, we add sand and stone potentially behind it, however they installed it, and then we pour a patio on top of it. There's enough of a room for error for something to move a little bit. Ideally, it doesn't move at all. With what I see in the pictures, while might appear to be unsightly, the pictures don't share enough for me to say, yeah, this is terrible. I would look at that and say, probably acceptable, because you think about several things going on here. You've got the contour of the earth, you have fiberglass which flexes in a little different amount with the temperature, you have concrete which flexes in a little different amount, you have sand that's compacted to certain levels. If we were talking a significant amount where you could clearly see something had dropped and moved, I would be highly concerned. This one, because the pictures just aren't showing me enough of how much they've moved, my recommendation probably would be to run a bead of silicone caulk in that joint and call it good. Because the alternative would be to tear that entire patio out in hopes that this shell doesn't shift or move a little bit. And the fiberglass shell itself, if you watch them actually pick that shell up on a microscopic level or really close, that shell flexes a lot just by nature of what it is. It's this thick of fiberglass, and you lift up one end or the other end and there's this flex and movement. Well, that doesn't change once you put it in the ground. You put pressure behind it and pressure inside it, but that thing still needs a little bit of room to flex. So I'm going to err on, based on what I see, that that's an acceptable amount of movement and flexibility. If I saw anything more drastic than that, I think I would have a different opinion. But as of now, what I would probably recommend, whether the pool contractor will do it or not, would be to use a silicone caulk of some type and fill that joint in between the fiberglass and the concrete, and just understand when it heats up, those are moving. They have different specific heat. They're going to move at different rates, and they're going to flex up and down independently, and hopefully the bead of silicone will flex with that enough so they don't have that unsightly line. But as what I'm seeing currently in the pictures, to me it's acceptable movement.